So, moving forward, learning anything requires commitment and the ability to push through the uncomfortable feeling of not being very good until reaching competency. Let us not stop learning and invite the speakers of the day from IBM, Ms. Shefali and Mr. Raman Puneet. Ms. Shefali is a strong, enthusiastic, and high performer at IBM with over 6 years of experience with the IBM. She handles prime accounts for career education for North India.
Sorry for the delay. Good afternoon, everyone. Due to multiple engagements and meeting, etc., I have to join from another system. So my presentation is taking time to download. Meanwhile, I would like to welcome all of you while you have opted for business analytics as a specialization. Although I can assure you that your journey is going to be interesting since analytic is the hot and called as AI and data analytic is are the sexiest jobs in 21st century. So since these technologies are, I cannot say new, but yes, new for people who are not familiar with it, who have just heard about it from people around them talking about analytics. But during your journey, of course, you will undergo various concepts of analytics, which will eventually help you to be successful manager or a team leader. So each one of us, whenever we join any of the organization or we intend to work, we would want to lead the team, and sometimes many strive to work as a CEO, etc., for the organization, which takes eventually time and require a lot of efforts and work. However, in order to accomplish that, you need to be with relevant. Only the phone is not required to be with relevant, but you should also be with relevant technologies. So I will just take you to, I'll take your around 15 minutes to take you to what this program is all about, why IBM intended to launch this program, and what are the benefits which are associated to this program. Then I'll have my colleague, who is Raman Puneet Singh. He will take you to a small demonstration with the hands-on exposure to how generally analytics takes place with the help of tool. So that you will realize that without writing a single line of code, you are able to draw a better insights using the data. Uh, Meanwhile, I'm keeping this forum open. Is there anyone who has attended my previous session? If yes, please write in the chat window available on your screen. I'm rephrasing. Is there anyone who has attended my previous session or any of the session?
Ma'am, actually chat is disabled for the students, so they can only share their inputs with us, and by far we have not received any input.
All right. Okay. Wait for 10 minutes. I'm saying wait for 10 minutes. Okay. So, understanding like there is no response from your side, I'm understanding that nobody has attended the session. So, thank you for that input. So, I hope just to avoid disruption during the session, we have disabled that option for audio, etc. So let me just take you to the journey. IBM collaborated with the Lloyd Business School. This is our third year of association with Lloyd, where we have planned to introduce a postgraduate diploma program in business analytics, and particularly I call it a program where we talk about AI for managers specifically. So let me just take you to IBM, as many of you might be familiar with IBM as a name because it carries automatically a value. But other than it's an MNC, you must know IBM contribution to the industry to actually understand that the decision of yours taking this program up was wise, etc. So IBM was the company which was involved in inventing computers, and before that there were typewriters, punch card. Going forward, IBM started implementing and as well as was behind innovation of ATM machines as well as uh, debit and credit card. You see a black color magnetic strip on the debit and credit card that is introduced by IBM. Then these days you get weather update on phone, and you might have seen accuracy in the updates. So that updates comes through IBM. In 2018, IBM acquired Weather Station, and IBM is the one which is sending you updates about weather. The purpose of acquiring Weather Station was to actually do research on how weather can impact agriculture, retail, banking, as businesses, etc. So in fact, many of IBM softwares are in use by multinational companies. So preferably we say there are two kind of companies in the world. One is product based, another is service based. Product based companies are those which invents technology, whereas service based companies are those which are using the technology of product based company. So some of the innovation, I will not cover the technical aspects, but yes, if you are holding a engineering background, then you may be familiar with the relational database, which is again an innovation of IBM. Then similarly, first language, which was Fortran, was invented by IBM. You will find using IBM tools, technology, server, database in Indian Railway. You will also find it being used in aerospace industry, defense industries. So wherever you see automation happening in industry, you would find IBM involvement directly or indirectly there. So there is no company in MNC, hardly would be 1% if we say so. So 99% companies are using IBM tools and technologies, and that is actually strengthening IBM in terms of building more research. Since IBM stands for International Business Machine, so you can get by the name. The aim of IBM is to introduce machine for businesses, helping business to be competitive and also ensure the project is completed as per client's requirement. So if we talk about organizations, like in fact, if we talk about Microsoft, we talk about Oracle as an organization or IBM. So these all are no doubt these all are competitors in terms of research, but all the organizations generally tend to create an ecosystem where the innovations takes place. So all are friends and as well as all are competitors as well. So all are working towards innovating the technologies. So all in all, what matter for anybody who intend to work with an organization is, since you are adopting or you have started using smartphones, very soon you will have smart mirrors at your home. So it is not just important for you to buy all that gadgets, it is important for you also to know how such things are being created, how organizations are actually reaping benefits out of it. So with that purpose, IBM signed up with some of the academic institutions to make them understand that how technology usage is critical for the organization. So as well as for academic, because we always see there is always a gap between academics and industries. So in order to bridge that gap and come up with a shape where IBM can help academic in bringing up the enterprise layer of teaching into the academic front, and also helping the students to strive to work with multinational companies by holding already exposure onto such tools and technology. IBM associated with some of the institutions, and you might have been now hearing about a lot of noise and buzz this year onwards about data science, AI, etc. So the purpose of telling you about that our association is from last 3 years, it makes you also understand that we are the one who started introducing such programs, or maybe Lloyd was the one who understood the importance of such technology front, etc., 3 years back. So now you can expect from them that whatever will be taught to you as a part of curriculum will be always ahead. It won't be something which is obsolete or which is in buzz right now. We understood the requirement of such programs. We understood the requirement of resources in working on that segment already, and that was the purpose of introducing these kind of program. So how industry flavors help academia is that since we get collaborated, we are already aware that what will be required after 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and so forth. Basis on that, we suggest the academic what to be taught. And with a layer of our enterprise software, it helps students to also get a hands-on exposure onto those technologies and tools which they likely to face when they work in an organization. But at that time, in case if you don't know how the handling happens, how the software functions, then you will be lagging behind. So in order to cope up you with that experience, in order to make you match with the expectation of at least those people who hold 1 or 2 years of experience, we started incorporating such program as a part of curriculum. So although you all may be familiar, but I will just again make you familiar with that IBM Foundation took place in 1911. IBM is 109 years old organization, and IBM has presence in 177 plus countries with offices over 800 globally. So why IBM took this initiative to come across to academic was these organization. So these are just glimpse of some of the organization which are using IBM tools and technology. But if we talk about India, there are more than 5,000 companies which are using IBM technology. And across world, if we talk, there are lakhs of companies which are using IBM technology. And you may be undergoing and might have addressed encountered such issues across, which states about that there is a skill gap. Although there were very misleading article which used to say that India does not have job for graduates, etc., but if you go in depth of that article, you would actually find them stating that there is a skill gap. So by that mean that the technology which anybody out of you undergo, or anybody who may be holding a white collar degree, that person is actually not familiar with practical exposure. Might be a topper, might be working excellent in terms of performance, etc. But when it comes to practical exposure, he or she is lagging behind. This all happens due to the institution is not acquired with such exposures and tools and technology, with such resources who can enable students to work on high-end technology. And that was the reason that there was a gap in requirements as well as fulfillment. So it's not that there are no jobs in the market. There are amplest job in the market, but the problem lays here that people are actually holding degrees. They are good scorer. They are the top performer in their graduation period, etc. But when it comes to be competent for the organization, when it comes to hold the skill set for the organization, they are not competent enough. So that was the main reason, and in fact, it is the reason right now, and that is the reason for people even losing job in this COVID situation. So those are still able to survive who were helping organizations to work better. Just give me a break for a second. Since there is a parallel activity running, I'll just take a pause for 2 seconds. Sorry. So what was the purpose of calling out these technology, and after every quarter or half yearly you see a new technology name and trend, and it's very difficult to choose what is better. So let us just understand so that you're sure about your decision that why these technologies are important. One thing we have to understand that mobile usage is going to increase exponentially. Even if we talk about COVID situation and the platform where we all are interacting with each other, that is internet which is linking us all together irrespective of whatever the situation the whole world is undergoing. So that is internet which is leading us to do that, and the main component out there is mobile, which is helping everybody to be updated, help everyone to even hear music, business to operate business, to work on finance, utility, productivity, to hear about news. Even we find more genuinity in news when we see it over phone using our applications than by turning on the television. We find that the news which are on television are bogus, are misleading, but when we see any news in the application or whatever the channel you have subscribed to, you would find it more relevant than the news you see on TV. So earlier people had exceptions, they had reservations while using such kind of platforms, in fact for businesses, for shopping, etc. But now we all are comfortable to do that. I have seen even many people who were hesitant earlier to buy gadgets online, but now they are doing using e-commerce sites to do that. So if we see, there's a huge inclination in terms of news, utility, business, music, media, and shopping, and there's a decline in terms of outdoors sport, photography, personalized time, games, and lifestyle. So when you see a decline and inclination in terms of shopping, music, business, etc., why such applications are given to you online? It is not just to make you feel better, it's not just to draw a customer satisfaction, but it also to draw what exactly you think. Earlier there were advertisements, earlier there was product description basis on what the whole public would like, but now it is customized basis on what do I want, what kind of news do you want, what kind of business I may take interest in terms of investing, what kind of business you will take interest in terms of investing, what kind of music do I like, what kind of music do you like, so that we land up buying, or we land up at least by we can say that we land up by getting tracked to the advertisement which they post, which are customized as per our taste. So similarly for shopping, do I like wearing formals? Do I like wearing informal dresses? What kind of dresses or attire I would like to wear? So such trends analytics takes place with the help of tools. Since the usage of mobile is increasing, the data is increasing exponentially, it is not humanly possible to keep a track on that data. We need robots for it, we need softwares for it, and that softwares are automated softwares which are costing in lakhs. So during the journey of your PGDBM, you will be exposed to such tools and technology where you can track and analyze the data, which is multifold, which is countless. So we have been much talking about in last year, in fact, in mid of this year, about Industry 4.0. So there was an industry shift where we were talking about 1.0. That revolution was where light industry came into place and mechanization came into place. Then when we started talking about second revolution, then chemical industries, mass production, and electrical industries starting taking place. Then when we started talking about industry 3.0, then we have computer in place, internet, automation, etc. Then when we started talking about industry 4.0, now we say it has ended, but actually it has not ended, but you can say that it has ended with the 20th century. Now that was the fourth revolution where we were talking about digital transformation, cyber physical system, which could be artificial intelligence, internet of things, analytics, automation, digitization, and blockchain. So these were the technologies which were a part of fourth industrial revolution. At that time, people have many queries where they were talking about that what if technology would be doing a work of 10 person or 20 people, etc., then how would we be able to be acquired or to be hired in the organization? So people had earlier feared that if AI will be in place, internet of things like technology will be in place, then many of the folks will lose job, and in future there will be only a future of robots, there will be only a future of machines, etc., and we will be nowhere deployed. So there's a myth for it, which actually made it clear by Industry 5.0, which says super smart society. That means industries and our machines are to work together to match the expectations of the society. So, in case if you don't know that how a machine functions, then you will not be welcome in the organization. If you know how to take work from the machine, then you will be welcome in the organization and you will be able to stay for longer period. So what does human employer want in future? So human employer will want from employees to do those things which a robot cannot. And if you only focus on, there's a line which talks about, if you only focus on handwriting and learning multiplication, then it won't help you to get future job. So whatever the skill gap which is happening in India, it is a result of rapid change. And with the help of this program, you will be able to acquire yourself and to equip yourself fully with those trends and technology which are actually expected in the market. So in this 21st century, information works like a oil and analytic work as a combustion engine. So if we talk about the world as in whole, so we generate 2.5 quilton bytes of data daily, which is actually a gold mine for the organizations. So organizations started realizing that they need not to run for bringing in new client. If they focus on the previous data, previous history, previous clientage, etc., they will be able to increase their business to multifolds. So since we are not talking about right now, we are talking about what will be after 2 years, what will be after 3 years, 4 years, and so forth. So it is important for you to know by 2025, 5 years from now, there will be 80 billion connected devices and 21 billion will be Internet of Things devices. Nearly 30% of data which will be generated, that will be real time, which has just come with a blink of 5. So you will find maybe the decision which you take through data would change due to the data which has generated just a second ago. So that means going forward, the data, uh, even the quilton, like I have shared with you that the world generates 2.5 quilton bytes of data daily, that is going to be even increased to 4 quilton bytes of data. So this is how the inclination will be. These many, now we would look for high-end systems and people who know actually how to work on these kind of platforms and data. So if we talk about Facebook, it generates 4 petabyte of new data daily from 1.5 billion daily active users. So this is just one of the glimpse of how much Facebook is generating the data. You all are again familiar with Twitter. So 500 million tweets which happens per day, which was 200 million 8 years back. And if we talk about YouTube, 5 billion videos are watched per day. Number of hours people generally spend watching video, again excluding this pandemic situation, but because it has increased. So this stat was taken before pandemic. So 5 billion videos which are being watched per day. Number of hours people spend watching video is 60% year over year. So now you can find that the hours which each one of us spending even over watching videos, even I won't take here YouTube as an example. There are other now platforms as well, which are Netflix, and you have Z series, etc., which eventually helps you to watch videos, to watch series, and where you need not to even turn on your system. Sorry for the disruption. So what is analytic, which is it is a scientific process of transforming data into insights for making better decision, offering new opportunity for competitive advantage. Even AI also fall as a part of analytics that we'll cover later. So there are 4 V's which are helping this data to be so huge. And there we are seeking opportunity as an analyst, as a data scientist. So one is volume. since I have discussed with you already the data, if we see the comparison in respect to Twitter, in respect to YouTube, etc., now you can see that the data is also increasing in volume, that is exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte, and so forth. Then velocity, the speed of data is increasing because now there are more people every day, more people join internet, they subscribe to more applications, etc. So if we talk about the speed of data, that is also increasing vastly every day. And variation, the data is coming from various sources, which can be mobile, which can be social media, which can be genomics, internet of things. And also the data is into different formats can be in the form of image, in the form of video, in the form of liner, etc. So that is the variation of data which is taking place. Then veracity, veracity is the main component and complexity for any of the analysts. That means the data and the sources from where the data is coming, how much genuine the sources are. So veracity can also lead us to make a wrong decision if we are working on the concepts of machine learning, where we say if a person sets an algorithm and machine automatically learns from the data and act upon the data, it is important for the person to ensure that the data is correct, because else the machine from algorithm will learn itself and will learn which is maybe a wrong methodology or will act wrongly. So it is important for us as an analyst to ensure the data is complete. How people do that? They have their own key filters, keywords, etc., which helps them to see whether there is ambiguity in the data or not, whether the data is complete or not, or the data is misleading or the data is accurate. So they have their own set of rules, but they are keep on changing based on experience. So after these all four V's, we draw one, which is value. And value is what for the organization? That is profit. Each organization works in terms of building profit, but how the profit can be generated if their customers are satisfied, if the customers are receiving social and medical benefits. So if I give you example of bank, you some of you may have account in ICICI, some of you will have account in HDFC, some of you will have in PNB, etc. So why there's a change and why there's a difference in thought process, although almost all banks are offering the same kind of interest rate or maybe the similar of facility, but what made you happy, that is the service. So how they have assured the services are good. Nobody would like to reach to bank, you want everything to be served on phone. So whosoever provides that a best user experience wherever the client is satisfied, we generally opt for it. Many a time you might have opened account accidentally, but you feel like changing it to the bank which provides you prompt service, whose application is faster and who is available 24 by 7. So basis on that we form decision. So this is where value works. As a manager, as a team leader, and whenever you work in an organization, if you work on any of these three segments by working on 4V, which are volume, veracity, velocity, as well as a variety. So if you work on all these four platform only, then you will be able to conclude to value. And value is everything for the organization. I would request the host to check if Raman has joined.
Yes, ma'am, I've joined.
All right, just a moment. Because if I will take it up, it may take 2-3 hours or so, because once I go into continuity, and then I will be consuming the whole of the time. So what I want to state here on a shorter note, that you will be keep on interacting with me once the lockdown lifts up. I will be visiting the campus. I will interact with you. We will follow few approaches here. I'll just give you example. There are, if you see in this deck, you will find IBM SME is mentioned, which talks about that here you will have IBM experts who will deliver the session. So this is a blending teaching approach where you won't be only learning from the professors and experienced faculty of Lloyd Business School, you would also get a handful knowledge from industry experts, that is IBM, who will be frequently visiting the campus and will also be doing the coverage of these all topics. So if you see here, in trimester 1, we would be starting with foundation of business analytics. In trimester 2, let's say database query and language, which will be taught by institute faculty basis on the FDP which we have done. And in trimester 2, you would also undergo Python programming, because this language is called as the most easiest language, and anyone who is even not from a technical background, provided your mind is open to learn a programming language, you will be easily able to familiarize yourself on Python. Then in trimester 3, you would learn from institute faculty as well as subject matter expert. So some of the topic foundation will be taken place by Lloyd Business School faculty members. And when it comes about advanced layer into it, when it comes about making you appear in a certification, we would do that. In predictive, now we have introduced certification of data science. So you would also undergo some concepts of data science here. And in trimester 3, again, descriptive analytics, which we call as business intelligence. So you would be working on a different tool, which is Cognos out here. Then trimester 4, artificial intelligence, design thinking, and then enterprise planning analytics. But let me just tell you here that our curriculum is never fixed, and that is the beauty of our program. Why it is not fixed? Because whenever you pass out, you need to be with current. So in any case, if any new technology come across, maybe after a year or so, so you can be rest assured that either if that technology is impacting majorly on your career, then we will either change the subject which is proposed in the upcoming trimester, or if it is just important for you to know about that technology, then we will deliver through workshop mode without impact on any cost. So whenever you pass out or you hold a diploma with yourself and you appear in the organization for interview, you will be always with current technologies, and always will be with current trends which are demanded by the industries. So for that, you can be rest assured from Lloyd Business School as well as IBM. We are also part of Board of Studies of Lloyd Business School. So we keep on suggesting the programs. And secondly, you need not to be worried about who will deliver that. So this is the second beauty. Whenever we change the program, or whenever any academic institution change the program, the main worry come across who will deliver it, because then they are to hunt for resources who are enough qualified to deliver that technology, or who have a good project leading and project management experience. So in such, since Lloyd is connected with IBM, you will not find such as an issue. We will always have experts from IBM coming in delivering you that concepts. Initially, keeping in view your safety in place and hygiene check, which is required for this year at least, we will be conducting the live sessions online, and the lab access of IBM will be given to you through Lloyd domain ID. So IBM has academic portal where anyone who is a student of Lloyd can sign up and can also take license use of softwares which are available on that portal. So you would find more than 100 softwares available on that portal, and you will be able to use that all softwares just with the help of Lloyd domain ID. Some are cloud-based software, so you would not need to go for any installation. You will be given a voucher code. The way you log into your Gmail account, etc., you will be able to log into using your Lloyd domain ID, and you can operate that software. Some of the software you might need to install, so that installation key and everything will be available on that platform. Once that expires, you can renew the license by again visiting to your account. So it will be auto renewed. Only you may need to change the key, or you may need to apply for a new key. So this kind of service will be provisioned to you free of cost. So you will get exposure onto all those enterprise bouquet of softwares which are available on that platform. And you will find almost all softwares of IBM available there, which normally cost 4 lakhs for per license. So that will be available to you free of cost. So in this, the degree will be issued by Lloyd Business School. IBM work as a knowledge partner, but you will be given co-branded certificate through IBM, which is valid worldwide. So in case you plan going for further studies overseas, or you plan doing job overseas, you can also attach this co-branded certificate, which will give you a credit waiver or job globally as well, because it has acceptance worldwide. And whenever you go to a better country or a better city, you would find more advantage of these programs there. As well as, since I told you that some of the programs like predictive we have changed to data science, and we have included certification. So since the whole world is nowadays talking about data science and AI, but nobody is talking about certification, they are just talking about certificate. But again, keeping in view the kind of requirement a candidate is going to furnish, that is the certification. Because if there will be 100 of people who will be talking about that they have done AI, how a HR will filter who has actually done AI and who has not done AI? With the help of your professional certification, which otherwise was done by those people who were holding 5 to 10 years of experience. But keeping in view the kind of competition you're going to foresee or you are going to face, basis on that, what we have done is we have already inculcated some of the certification as a part of your program. Without again impact on the cost, you will appear in such professional exams. Once you qualify exam, your name will come into the world repository of professional in that particular domain and technology. And any third person, any third party would be able to cross check your details and credentials by visiting on Acclaim. I'll repeat again, Acclaim. Acclaim keeps a repository of professionals on various technologies and of various industries. So you will also be able to associate yourself with professionals who are themselves qualified in that particular domain. It will help you to make a strong link between professionals, as well as you will be also able to demonstrate your digital badges and skills over social media, as well as you can embed that in your email signature. You can also embed it in resume, so it will create more profile visibility, and chances for you to hire would increase, and perks over and above a fresher would also increase. And during this pandemic situation, and say any such situation comes across in future, you will be the last one to leave the organization. But again, since we are adding to these many benefits, etc., it is important for you to also deep dive into a technology and understand to its depth, so that you don't face any issue when you demonstrate such skills and knowledge. So I on it